Good afternoon, everyone. Also, good morning, all participants in Middle East or in Europe, and also good, very early morning participant from USA. Today, summer course will be start, and now we have two speakers. Dr. Siti Budhiyanti and Dr. Johny. Dr. Siti Budhiyanti and Dr. Johny already experienced in community development and also empowerment of communities in around Indonesia, and also Dr. Johny also have experience also in Indonesia, in Taiwan, and so other country. She and he will give us the information about the community development in Indonesia and in Taiwan, and it is very good chance how we can develop the community development, and also we will hopefully can tie it with collaboration to improve the community development in our country. So firstly, Dr. Siti Budhiyanti, she is a doctor in food science, graduated from the Faculty of Agricultural Technology, Universitas Gadjah Mada. Her research interest is antioxidant functional food. He also got many awards. Satya Lencana Karya Sastya, 20 years from the President of Republic Indonesia, and also outstanding researcher in the category of appropriate technology-based service, Universitas Gadjah Mada. So firstly, we will hear the talk by Ibu Dr. Siti Budhiyanti. Dr. Siti Budhiyanti, you have around 30 minutes to give a talk. So now the time and monitor is yours.
Thank you very much, Professor Alim, and good afternoon for Dr. Wu. Yes, I will start by myself, as possible, the committee.
Yes.
Professor Alim, could you see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the time, and thank you for the committee to invite me to present here about empowering micro, small, medium enterprises and seafood processing sector with case study in Indonesia. Good morning for all participants in Middle East and Europe, and also in the USA. Also, good afternoon for many participants from Indonesia and Asia. Today I will present there is many activities that we done at the Department of Fisheries around 5 years in our activity. For the outline of the presentation is first, what is definition of micro, small, medium enterprises? And after that, we will talk about government law and how to start a MSME. After that, we will discuss about fish processing unit in Indonesia, and also the case study on the assisted group of Universitas Gadjah Mada. First, we will talk about micro, small, and medium enterprises. In Indonesia, the law government about micro, small, and medium enterprises is in Government Law number 20/2008. There's explained that micro, small, and medium enterprises are explained as a small company owned and managed by a person or owned by a small group of people with a certain amount of wealth and income. The abbreviation of SMA or small medium enterprises is used by international organizations such as the World Bank, the European Union, the United Nations, and also the World Trade Organization. There are three different categories that are defined by turnover and number of employees based on government law number 2008 in Indonesia. They are divided by three unit business. There are micro, small, and medium. That is, the micro has a net worth maximal 50 million and turnover 300 million and employee less than 10. For small unit business, has net worth around 50 million until 500 million and turnover around more than 300 million until 2.5 billion with the employee less than 30. And medium enterprises or medium business here has net worth more than 500 million until 10 billion with a turnover around 2.5 billion until 50 billion with employee not more than 300 person. The government also said that the MSME here can be engaged in industry, agribusiness, agriculture, manufacturing, and also human resources. As one of the pillars of the Indonesian economy, MSME have a significant role. The first, MSME have a large contribution to gross domestic product in Indonesia, is namely 61.97% of the total national gross domestic product, or equivalent around 8.5 trillion in 2020. MSME also absorb a large number of workers, is about 90% of the absorption capacity of the business world in 2020 in Indonesia. And the large number of MSME is directly proportional to the number of jobs in Indonesia. So MSME have a large share in the absorption of labor in Indonesia. First, I will discuss about how to start an SME, especially in Indonesia. First, we should work out what you are offering. This means that what is that makes your new business unique? You should have a new business that is different with other business. The second one is better if you do your research. You need to think about what your competitors are doing and analyze their strengths and weakness. How to find the right supplier is very important too. The third one is build a business plan. A business plan is the foundation for a new business. It's a crucial document, one that grows and changes along with your new venture. The fourth is get the legal side sorted, especially about how to get a legal structure for your business. And you should understand the tax and responsibility if you have your business. And the last one, but it's very important, is find customer. Your business plan should include details of the marketing activity. You should start a find customer at the first you start your SME activity. And now we discuss about how to increase the competitiveness of fisheries MSME here. First is you should have the uniqueness of goods or services makes consumer willing to pay more than the product that another product that the old product. The second one is specific and different from similar product or services. Maybe your product should fortify something that is very important, like minerals or maybe DHA or another things that make your product different with others. The third one is using a market differentiation strategy. Maybe like you use marketplace or another type of market strategy to increase your business activity. After that, you should develop of knowledge and information technology. That is very important. Not only you produce, but also you should know the information technology to support your product or your new product. And the next is about develop product and implement new process. I think is the new process is always increase and always new for today. There are many tools or equipment that always new for many activity to product development. And another is improve the quality of its products and service. And the last one is you should have
Yes, go. Agbomejagon. Akpon o olaboya uchirea.
and the last one is a top manager has a strong
Yeah.
entrepreneurial skill. Okay. There is a distribution of small and medium fish processing unit in Indonesia on 2019 from the data of Fisheries and Marine Affairs. We can see here that the central of the fish processing unit, especially on Java. So I think it has you have a chance to increase the fish processing unit activity at another place in Indonesia, because there are still low or not as much as medium fish processing unit at Java. And there is a distribution of medium and large scale fish processing unit at Indonesia. The highest activity for medium and large scale processing unit is on East Java, if we compare to another activity in Indonesia. But and there's a volume of processed product in Indonesia. For micro small fish processing units on 2019, we can see here that the highest volume is on dried fish, the second one is on minced fish, and the third one is boiled fish. But on medium large fish processing unit, the first is frozen fish, second one is canned fish, and the third one is fresh fish. So I think we have still chance to develop many product development in Indonesia. And now we will talk about empowering SME case study on the assisted groups of Universitas Gadjah Mada since 2016 until now 2022. How to empowering SME in our activity is especially based on available resources and gender. For available resources, we can see that it will determine the type of product to be processed and developed. And it will influence the fisheries product diversification and fish processing by product that is related with zero waste concept. And the second one is based on gender, like women empowering here, like fisherman's wife, fish farmer's wife, and there is a case too about women victims of violence, and I think at Bantul, that is our department also like assisted the women group that the activity on Bantul area. For assisted the groups, there are training curriculum that we usually done to the groups. First is socialization of activity programs to the community. Usually it is done at the first activity of our campus or our department. The second one, if we talk about fishery product development, and we also said about zero waste concept. After that, we talk about sanitation and hygiene, food processing method, business analysis, packaging and labeling, and also building a group-based business and a group administration, or we also train about how to make administration to the groups. And after that, product marketing and promotion strategy for the group. And also we assisted the group how to process many kind of product based on the fish and the location or in the area. There are many products that has developed by our department, like dry product, crispy fish, amplang crackers, like fried meatballs, and so on. For waste utilization, like soy sauce and skin crackers with zero waste concept. And also fish gel product processing training, like siomai or nugget empempe and meatball tofu that has done at our activity to assist the group. There are villages supervised by department with many processing unit at many area. Here around there is Sleman, here Bantul, and also is Kulon Progo. The villages, especially we assisted farmers women group, also fish cultivator group and fish processing unit, and also business group, and also district 2. There are many district at the Boyong, with the base of our supervise is based on district. There is a community development concept in fish processing sector that we have done at the East Nusa Tenggara on around 3 years at the area. First, for the activity that we done at the all of activity, first we should know fish and human resources at the area. And after that, we also should know map of fisheries and human resources, and also fisheries product development technology that's appropriate with the community. And after that, after we have a product, we also assisted about how to make marketing or good marketing for the area. And we hope that if the activity a success, it will increasing income, increasing women participation and employment, and also increasing community nutrition. And we also join with local university or collaborate with local university and local government to make sustainability of the process, especially for community development. There is a zero waste concept that we have done. We use all part of the fish here from fishery, head, skin, and also many kind of waste that what is it, like side product, yeah, from the fish processing product. There is a example for fisheries product development based on catfish that we have done at the Kandang Sari, Sukoharjo, Ngaglik, Sleman, and Purwamartani, Kalasan. There are many activities that we do at the area. First, we will like, training, and we have a socialization to the location. And after that, we practice the fish processing or product development, especially with women. And there is many products that made from catfish, like BMP here, fish gel product, and also amplang is an example of a dried product. And there's the second one is examples of fisheries product development based on gurami at Kergan, Bantul. There are many activities that start with socialization to the community, and after that we practice at the community, and after that we also assisted how to make a good, what is it, like brand, and we also assisted how to make good product with sanitized and good hygiene. There is our activity at the border area is Nusa Tenggara and Timor-Leste that is supported by UGM and New Zealand based on carrot project. We done it in about 3 years activity. For the activity here, for the first year, we should focus on university partnership development with Universitas Timor, that is a university at East Nusa Tenggara. And after that, we should looking for potential resources exploration and establish small business group at the first year. And the second year, we try to establish fish processing network and production scale up. And the third year, we should have a program transition to local government, local university, and local community. In this activity, we also collaborate with New Zealand University as Otago University and also Timor University at the East Nusa Tenggara. And also we collaborate with the government of East Nusa Tenggara. So there are 3 circle activity. There is government, university, and also community. There is examples of map of potential fish resources and map of potential human resources that we should looking for the data at the first year. We got fisherman activity and about what kind of fish dominant in the area and so on. There are example of product that we try to develop at East Nusa Tenggara, like crispy fish, fish cracker, and then shredded fish, fish jerky, fried fish meatball, and also salted boiled fish. But at the last activity, the first product that, what is it, like the winner of the product at the area is fish cracker and fried fish meatball, and also shredded fish or fish floss, because I think it have a long shelf life than another product. There are community development in the area was done on 4 groups selected in Timur Tengah Utara as a pilot plan. We have 4 groups. That is the name is Gurita, Mutiara, Anggrek, and Cantika Bahari with 5 until 8 women. There is all of them are women because there are unemployment women, so we try to make them more empowered. And there's many activity that we have done at the Nusa Tenggara or East Nusa Tenggara. We also in the activity we also always monitor all of the groups here with the logbook, and every week they should report the activity of the fish production. There is a example of the monitoring activity of our groups. We can see here that so far the activity is good with BC ratio around 1.25 until 2.75. I think it's a good at the time. And then there is a example of monitoring activity that we have done at the area. I think the problem is, what is it, like the groups is still not consistent for the production because there are women with many activity, especially for household activities. So I think it's challenges for us to assist the women groups. And there is a certification that got by the groups. At the time, we held by community service student for Universitas Gadjah Mada. So I think it's better or it's a good idea to collaborate with the community service student to increase, what is it, like participation of the groups. And there is examples, women empowerment with zero-based processes, with the case study and PACM, where is the women groups produce shredded or floss processing, and they have waste in the form of bones, head, fins, skin, and at all. And then we try to assisted them to make what is it, like added value product like fish bone meal, and there is a fish sauce, and also cakes and egg roll from fish bone meal. The activity is supported by Department of Fisheries and also study program of fisheries product technology. There is a problem due to the pandemic in Indonesia. First is the decline in the number of MSME, and the contribution of MSME to Indonesia GDP was caused by the pandemic since 2020. The problems experienced are as follows, and the first is changes in consumption pattern from offline to online. The second one is about labor problem due to the implementation of large-scale social restriction. There is a problem to produce products at the time. And then there are also product distribution barrier at that time, and also difficulty of production raw material because of PSBB or large-scale social restriction. But the government tried to promote Indonesia MSME here. First, like the National Economic Recovery Program that is initiated by the government to restore the Indonesian economic due to the impact of COVID-19. The second one is People's Business Credit or KUR in Indonesia. And then what is it, like campaign for proud national product made in Indonesia, especially product from fish. And last but not least, I will close for the presentation here. But in the development of micro, small, medium enterprises need active participants atau active participation from our parts and needed in advancing MSMEs. Especially there is the government, academics, business people, and stakeholder. For development of micro, small, medium enterprises, especially in fish processing unit, we should also have a transition program from UGM to local university or local government. There is maybe we also give a recommendation to local government, like to provide a packing house, cold storage, and also financial aid, and also community service activity is very helpful to increase, what is it, like to support the small medium enterprises, especially women in the area. Okay, thank you very much for the time. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll give the time to Professor Alim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Budhiyanti, or we always call Ibu Sita atau Dr. Sita. The presentation is very great and give a real concept and also real action and also real example of product producing by micro, medium, and also small enterprises. Dr. Siti Budhiyanti focus on the community development based on the fish processing. And the second speaker, Dr. Johny will deliver the community empowering and also community development based on the aquaculture. So we will hear the talk of Dr. Wu. Okay, Dr. Wu, time and monitor here, you have around 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you for Dr. Alem. And then now I will share my screens and okay. Good afternoon, and good morning, or even good evening to everybody. And today I'm Johny Wu. I come from National Chung University in Taiwan. And today I will try to share some experience about how I contact with the fish farmers in Taiwan aquaculture field. And I try to analyze the problems of our aquaculture and try to solve their problems. Firstly, I will introduce the area of aquaculture in Taiwan is nearly the southwest part of Taiwan. The blue areas of the Taiwan's are most aquaculture popular area, and the most the major part is around here, and this is our university. So we are very close to the major aquaculture fields. So I have a lot of chance to contact with the fish farmers. But however, in Taiwan, most aquaculture field is owned by an individual fisherman. So if you want to analyze the questions, you should talk to them one by one. That's a very, very difficult work. So I get about two or 3 years to talk to each individual fishermen, and of course not everyone, but I have get some of their response to know what's the major problem they faced, and how can I solve their problems. And then I will introduce you that Taiwan also like Indonesia, Taiwan is an island with another sea coast. So most of our aquaculture species is the seawater species, except the eel. And we have a lot of group, most expensive fish in Taiwan, and milkfish, most popular fish in Taiwan, and also tilapia is growing. There its production is growing now, and also clam and the shrimp, or white shrimp, tiger shrimp, or giant river shrimp. And some of them get a mullet for their eggs, and we can culture mullets and get a lot of mullet eggs, and that's also expensive. So these kinds of fish are major culture species and make a lot of money. And most of them are aquaculture. Maybe we have the mullet with shrimp, milkfish with shrimp, or milkfish with clam, or tilapia with clam, such as that. So every pond have a different combination of aquaculture species, and that's also a difficult point for us to solve their problem. Every pond have different problems. However, I try to okay, this is a simplified scheme of our government and our organisms and our fishermen. And you can see that the yellow lines pointed the money flow, or foundation, or the policies, the money flow of our aquaculture policy. And the red lines indicate that the technician or information from this department or this organisms. And you can see the highest is our executive yuans, and the Department of Council of Aquaculture, and then some of the fishery agency. And the executive yuan is also give money to local government, and the local government construct a national or local fishermen association. This is very important mediate to from our government to our fishermen. So also fishermen can construct their own development association. So this organism is constructed by fishermen, and the money will go through the executing yuans to the local government and to some associations, then to the individual fishermen. And the other way, for the Ministry of Education, they funding the university, also they funding the Fishery Research Institute, and both of these two departments will cooperate, exchange their information and technologies, then help some fishermen association or even individual fishermen. So this is our simplified schemes of our money flow and the technician flow in Taiwan. So after I communicate with the fishermen, then I find that there are most important problems of Taiwan aquaculture. Firstly is disease, then water resources, and the market, then manpower, then renewable energy. And I will talk about these questions one by one. Firstly, we know that Taiwan is a small island, but we have a lot of typhoon. So if there is a typhoon, then they will making a lot of water in the river, make a landslide or flood. And all these pictures are recent years. We faced to a lot of strong typhoons and destroy a lot of our bridges, roads, or our aquaculture ponds. So sometimes Taiwan is too much water. But it's that climate change in Taiwan is very serious. So sometimes subsidence because a lot of underground water was withdrawn by aquaculture or by agriculture needed, so subsidence is very serious, maybe the same as the Jakartas, and you can see that our power line is almost floating into the water, and then our ponds is flooded by seawater inversion, and also there are a lot of contaminate inside our port, our pond. So because of there are too much different okay, how can I disaster in Taiwan. So sometimes we need more water to clean up our aquaculture ponds. So when we about 4 years before, about 4 years ago, after a very serious typhoon, the shrimp ponds was faced to a vivirus Borifocus infection, and that make a lot of loss, economical loss of the fish farmer. And at that time, we talked to the fish farmer and try to find out how to solve these problems. Then at the same time, the Ministry of Education give us a project named USR, that's the University Social Responsibility Project. So we use this project to help the fish farmers to solve their problem. Then that we find that we have a bamboo biocare, which harvests the bamboo and carbonization it and grind it. After that, we co-culture with our photosynthesis bacteria, then applied into the fish farmer's pond. Then after that, harvest the shrimp, and you can find after this treatment, most ponds are healthy, but without the biocare treatment, almost no production of shrimp. So after that, we know that the question or the problem will be solved by technique, and that give us a lot of confidence. So at the same time, we find that for grouper, there's a very serious disease that the NMV, neuron necrosis virus, and for the fish fins producer, they say a lot of fish was infected by this virus. Then we also use the technique from our university and get the other funding from the some other fish research institute, and use that way to clean the pond water. And after using the bamboo biocare, the fish, the water will be cleaned, and most fish fin ponds will be healthy, and the infection will be eliminated. So the same question can be solved by the technique and money. However, in fish fin aquacultures, it is possible to use the biocare to clean the water. However, if a large pond, we cannot use this way. So this is what we still worry about. But however, luckily, NMV, this virus is only infect the fish fins, but not the adult fish. So a small pond with clean water is enough. That's why we use this way to solve this problem. However, if the fish can grow, the fisherman faced to another problem is that the product price, because in Taiwan, fish product price is very variable. So sometimes it's expensive, and many people will capture. For example, grouper is expensive. A lot of people capture grouper, and then one day the grouper have been found is forbidden to import to outport to China. Then the price of grouper will decrease. Also, the tilapia have made the same problem, and you can find that the tilapias in Taiwan's its product is growing, but its price is very unstable. So how can we solve this price problem? We find that maybe we can use the certification of specific product certified. So in Taiwan, we have a traceable agriculture products mark, and also we have best aquaculture product mark, and also now we are promoting the carbon footprinting mark, and this is established by our Council of Aquaculture, and this is a Global Aquaculture Alliance, and this is constructed by our EPA, Environmental Protection Administration. And with this different kind of marker and different kinds of certification, maybe we can make our product easier to be accepted by other countries. So this is a very complex situation. So from the executing end, the funding, and also some aquaculture development get funding to the individual fishermen, and we will support offer the technique to certification the product. The exact way we do is that firstly we provide the courses for certification procedure, and then we help the fishermen to make the record beside pond. Also, we have make some certification in laboratory, and then we write this mark, the certification. The traceable agriculture production. So this is item names and the third part certification, and the tracing number, packing date, product barcode, and the expiry date, and the QR codes. Then you can use the QR codes, find out the producer, the fishermen's, or the precision, or their grossing history. Then interesting is that we make the product in our market. All the products have this kind of mark, and you can trace in the mark by your cell phone. And sometimes the supermarket have a special place to show the fish farmers pictures and their product on the table. So maybe this is an interesting way to promote the fish product or the aquaculture products like shrimp or others. So this program sometimes saved by the information and the policy which offered by the government. So we try to push this certification, then make every product in Taiwan is traceable. And if you want to use this traceable aquaculture product, that means the fish farmer have to use the computer, some information technique to record, to test, to certify their product. However, there is a very serious problem is that in Taiwan, most aquaculture fish farmers are old. They are very, very old. This is some of our co-worker. You can see all are maybe the grandfather, grandmother, no young people, almost no young people in our pond or beside our pond. So that's a very, very sadly problem. In Taiwan, about half of the fish farmers is more than 55 years old, and less than 11% are below 35 years old. Okay, that's really a problem. And we need a lot of manpower. However, how can we get a lot of manpower? So this is the local government and the fishery agencies the responsibility. They funding the Aquaculture Development Association and making them get a lot of machine, AIoT machine. They use AI machine to help the fishermen manage their pond. They don't have to go to the pond and look at the pond every day. They just need a machine, a detector inside their pond. Then they can get information. And this information, basically, they have pH, dissolved oxygens, or oxidative reductive potential, and the total ammonium nitrate. And use the water monitoring systems to cooperate with some other automatic machine, such as the feed containers can feed the mixer, then through the feed mixer, they go through the feed sprayer and the sprayer into the pond. And this is tilapia, and use the detector control this feeding. Then if the fish have already feeded, or if the water quality is not good enough, then the feeding will be regulated. Put more or put less inside the pond. And this is the scheme of the monitor to controlling the different machines. The monitor get a dissolved oxygens, pHs, ORPs. Also, they make the control panels to change the aerator or the pump or the feeding machines, or even the security, and help the fishermen monitoring their pond, and save a lot of manpower. And but also this with these kinds of monitoring, more young people will involve into the aquaculture. Why? Because all this can be operated inside the room with the air condition. So young people is very lazy. They will not go to the pond side, and they just want to get a air conditioned room. Then so they can use the monitor to see the pond condition, then change the strategy for managing their pond, and try to make AIoT automatic regulation technique to control their pond. So maybe I think sometimes this can be solved by technique and also as money. This all the suit is very expensive, and with this suit, the next question is that where is that all these suit need to use all this equipment need the electric power. So in Taiwan, government try to promote renewable energy of such as solar panel. So this is the solar panel energy increased recent years, and then you can see a lot of solar panel have already been established, and due to agriculture need a solar light more than aquaculture. So Taiwan government try to use the aquaculture pond to establish the solar power plant, and there are about more than 40,000 hectares in Taiwan are for aquaculture. However, there are only around 8,000 hectares are suitable for solar panel construction, and then now there are only 700 hectares has already set, and you can see that even the solar power is very less than 1/10.
Hello,
However,
Dr. Wu. I would like to remind you, you have around 3 minutes left.
Okay, thank you. So you can find that in Taiwan, there are a lot of solar panels are construction now and on the aquaculture pond. Then this is their after construction of the solar panels on aquaculture pond, and you can see it's totally different as our the traditional pond. So we should have a new strategy, new opinion for pond management, and that's how we can do the. However, when government try to push to promote the solar pond, a lot of fishermen are boycott for. They say we don't want to change our management. We don't want to change our old traditional cultural way. So that's a question. So we are also trying to pursue cooperation between government and our fishermen. So this is our from university. We offer the new management technique, and also from the Fisheries Research Institute, we do that. And now we try to get a new cooperation between individual fishermen to the solar power company. And this is the first time we try to introduce the company into our aquaculture. Okay, so this is the meeting of how to construct or how to change our management ways to get a new solar power aquavoltaic the new way of aquaculture. So my conclusion is that the program of aquaculture in Taiwan are interdisciplinary. You can see from the technician, from the biological to the sociality and the social way. And to solve the problem, we should based on funding and technology and funding from government. Officially, research and fishermen organizations should have cooperate and meet the aquaculture problem. Sometimes the company have to involve. And as a new researcher in university, teaching and listening to the fishermen can explore our viewpoint in aquaculture research. Thank you for your attention. This is my talking. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wu. It is a very great and interesting presentation. The community development in Taiwan, how to cope the disease problem, disaster, climate change, and also very interesting how to develop the solar panel aquavoltaics in the farmer labor. It's very great. So we have around 15 minutes to discuss, and firstly I will read the question for Dr. Wu. It is from Muhammad Shaihuddin. My question for Dr. Johny Wu, based on climate change that increase water temperature, where we know that a high temperature could increase pathogenic disease in shrimp pond. So how we can resolve it and our shrimp pond culture could robust? Thank you for your great presentation.
Yes, and you say that the question of okay, let me see.
How the temperature increase the pathogenic disease in aquaculture and how to resolve this problem.
Yes, you can see that some of the, for example, the streptococcus or staphylococcus, they will be increased in the high temperature. And use in our study, in other universities study, they say that if you use the solar panel to cover the water pond, it will reduce the temperature of water, and about 2 or 3 degrees C. And very interesting is that in Taiwan, sometimes the temperature is too low, and at winter. At winter, if you have the solar panels, the temperature will keep higher than the air temperature, about 2 or 3 degrees C. So sometimes in other countries, they use the indoors aquaculture. However, indoor aquaculture is very limited. You need a lot of different construction buildings. But in Taiwan, the solar panel construction is built by company, but not the fish farmer. So all the money are companies donate or not donate. They invest, but the fish farmer have no and shouldn't give any money. So we can use the solar panel to help maintain the water temperature, keep stable. But that's one way. But in global warming, also that's a big question. So we try to find the carbon footprinting to decrease carbon footprintings for our aquaculture production, and then they maybe give some help on the climate changes, global climate changes. Also, we are trying to meet the SDGs of the UN, but also that's a very difficult question. Yeah, sorry, I cannot really understand how to make the questions solved. But what we can try is as we know and as we can do, we can reduce the carbon release, carbon dioxide release. That's what we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Wu. That Dr. Wu already explained how to resolve the disease by applying the photovoltaics on solar panel, and also by using the bamboo char, I think. Yeah. So the second question is for Dr. Sita about the from Indrian Rizka Amalia. Thank you for your great presentation, Dr. Sita. In your site, it was stated that the difficulty of the production raw material is one of the constraints. But in the other hand, the statistic data of fisheries production in pandemic era does not show much different than before the pandemic. Would you explain further about this?
Thank you, Prof. Alim, and thank you, Ms. Indriani Rizka. I'll try to explain what is the meaning about the constraint of raw materials. There is a real condition, and at the earlier COVID pandemic around 2020, there is information from fish processing unit that raw material is what is it, like a constraint to produce fisheries product. Maybe it caused by, what is it, like a product distribution barrier at the, what is it, at the earlier COVID condition. There is like a PSBB or large scale social restriction. So the condition in the OP or fish processing unit said that there is a restriction at the first or at the earlier pandemic. But I think at the last 2020, around November and December, I think it's stable. And I'm not sure about the data from Marine and Fisheries Affairs, but it's the real condition in the field that we assisted, or group that we assisted. Maybe is it clear, Ms. Indrian?
Ms. Indrian, do you have any comment for the explanation?
Yes, because it's real condition at the fish processing unit, but I'm not sure about the data from Fisheries and Marine Affairs. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sita, for the explanation. So the third question also come from Indrian Rizka Amalia. This question is for Dr. Wu. The problem of old fishermen also being faced in Indonesia. And to overcome that problem, the government has various programs such as Millennial Shrimp Farm. So how about Taiwan? Is there any program from government to attract young people to be farmer?
In fact, as I know that Indonesia is the most youngest country in Asia, because almost because almost the young population in Indonesia is very large. And then in Taiwan, we cannot attract young people to involve into the aquaculture. That's I should say that, because in Taiwan, aquaculture cannot compete with the electric in the industry, the chip industry, the IC industry. We cannot compete with them. But recently we have a new situation because of solar panel. Solar panel companies, they need a lot of young people to operate the new way of aquaculture, and so they can hire a lot of young people. We will not use the government policy to increase young people involved in aquaculture, but we try to use the company's power, use the solar panel companies, and ask them to hire more young people, or maybe give them some ways to operate the new aquaculture pond and the new species, even new species to aquaculture. So maybe because the IC company, they need electric power, so they need the solar panel company. So the solar panel company, their foundation is almost come from the IC companies. So that's a way we can use aquaculture. We can use the IC company. They earn money and increase our aquaculture. Maybe aquaculture industry. Maybe I can say that aquaculture industry to attract some young people to come to do the aquaculture. That's why what happens now. So that's happening, and I think I don't know whether it will be successful or not, but I wish it can do it can make we can make it to attract more young people to involve in aquaculture. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Wu. It's very clear that in Taiwan there is interdisciplinary approach
Yes.
to cope the problem of old fishermen or aging fishermen by applying the solar panel, because the young people usually are interested to the solar panel. What's solar panel? Solar panel applying, yeah. Solar panel application. So thank you. It is very clear that solar panel application is one of the alternative to improve the participation of young people in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think maybe Indonesia is a better place for solar panel companies, because Indonesia is a very hard country. Many solar lights.
Yeah. We already try it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Wu, and also thank you, Ms. Andrian, for your question. And the next question is come from Prof. Morwantoko. This question is addressed to Dr. Wu. Yes. I am interested in the application of bamboo biochar in aquaculture to control disease. What is the mechanism of this biochar? Is the biochar affect only for improving water quality, or also directly affecting on the pathogen?
Yes, and our propose is that biochar can absorb the nitrate and nitrite in the water. So after biochar absorb those nitrate, then the photosynthetic bacteria can grow on the biochar. after they grow on the biochar and digest the nitrate, then the water will be cleaner. Then other pathogens will be reduced. That's the mechanism we tried, and we also see that in waters, we tested their nitrate, and the concentration of nitrate was decreased in water, and the concentration of photosynthesis bacteria was increased in the biochar. So that's our purpose, but maybe there are some other way to reduce the pathogen. We are still working on it, but I don't think the biochar will directly attack the pathogens, because biochar, as we know, it was a material which can absorb some chemicals, some microorganisms, maybe some algae, but not a very hazard material, because it is still not a nano carbon. If the biochar become a nano carbon, then maybe it can have some poison. They can attack the pathogens. But in our application, we will not make the biochar become a nano carbon. It's also a particle. So I don't think it's very poison for those microorganisms. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wu. I think it is very clear, the explanation from Dr. Wu. Okay, all participants, we already hear and already learn about the community development. And thank you, Dr. Wu and Dr. Sita, that already delivered very, very great and very, very comprehensive community development techniques, and also about the development of the product in fish processing and also in aquaculture. So now the time is already over, and we would like to close this discussion, and I will give back the time to the organizing committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Alim. Thank you,
Thank you very
Dr.
much.
Wu. Yeah.
See you. Good luck. Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon,
Hi,
everyone.
good afternoon,
Mada,
Linda.
are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we need to start our discussion sessions because now is 15:45. We have some participants who already prepare themselves to give any presentation about fisheries in their country. Ms. Jessie, please you invite them.
Okay, Ms. Inda, I would like to invite our first speaker from Benin, Africa. Please welcome Mr. Hong Pono. Hello. Hello, Mr. Chairman Y. Hong Pono.
Hello.
Hello, are you ready to deliver your best presentation today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Your time around 10 minutes, correct, Linda?
Yeah,
10
or
minutes.
maybe you can check because today we will have a 5 presenter, but I look at from the participant, there are somebody already do not attend, so maybe we can extend Mr. Chairman Hong Puno, maybe you can use your time around 15 or 20
15
minutes is okay, yeah.
Okay, arigato. Thank you.
Yeah. Arigato. Dozo.
To my presentation. Share. Sorry, did you see my presentation? Did you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
I see.
we can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, may I start?
Please.
Sure, please.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to share with you some information about fishery in Benin, West Africa. So my name is Germain Hunkunu. I'm research assistant at the National Institute of Agricultural Research of Benin National Institute of Agricultural Research, but currently I'm studying at Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology. I'm a graduate student. This is the content of my presentation. First, location of Benin. Second, importance of fishing activity in Benin. Inland fishing in Benin. We will talk about fishery and aquaculture, and then marine fishing and stakeholder, some of difficulty about fishing in Benin, and finally, I will share some information about Cotonou artisanal fishing ports. Benin is a small country, 112,000 kilometers square with 12 billion people of Central West Africa, with coastal of the Gulf of Guinea. Benin, one of the smallest coastal line of Africa. So the country is bordered by Nigeria. Many can know Nigeria. Nigeria is our neighbor. Niger, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Togo. So this is Benin in Africa and West Africa. And this is map of the world. So talking about Benin, our religion is Vodou. Most of Beninists practice Vodou, and you can visit Benin. Benin is a nice country, so foreign people can also visit Benin. So I talk about Vodou because Vodou also is some way using Benin fishermen to use sustainable fishery resources. So importance of fishing activity in Benin. So the fishing and aquaculture sector play an important role in Benin economy, contributing for 3% of GPD. And it employs 15% of our total active population and 25% of active population in agriculture sector. It represents around 600,000 jobs and provide almost 30% of total quantity of animal protein consumed. Despite its importance, demand for fish in Benin clearly exceeds supply. Annual fish imports have increased over the past decade, around $20 billion to $14 billion. Also, annual fish consumption was around 14 kg per person in Benin. So Beninese consuming a high quantity of fish. This is Benin map with a hydrographic network. This is some fresh water. This fresh water in Benin, and some fishermen in activity on a lake in Benin. Fish figure show fish import and export in dollar for Benin. So as you see, fish import increase year by year. So, but export fishing decrease. So our challenge is to make more aquaculture production to satisfy a consumption of fish product. So at the beginning, as I talked, most important fishery in Benin is inland fishing. So around 90% of which come from lagoon and lake and fresh water. It constitutes the first segment in terms of total production with a production with around 75%. It mainly developed in southern lakes such as Lake Nokwe of Port Novo, Lake Kaime, and Weme River. And we can find all freshwater about significant biodiversity. So the main fishing gear using in Benin is a hawk net, some special fishing gear we call babalulu, palang, and net dam, and special fishing gear we call akaja or ha. So this is annual yield of freshwater fish in ton. So Benin production is around, the peak is 15,000 tons. So not so high than other country. And this is some fishing gear. This one is a spawn work. This is a gabalulu, but this fishing gear not sustainable fishing gears. This is a palangre, and this is a pound dam, maybe with you make by palm tree, but some kind of vegetable or tree we can find in Benin. And this is most popular in Benin we call Gadjah. This is a traditional, we can call this traditional aquaculture also. This strategy, fishermen use this strategy to concentrate fish, and after 1 year, we can came to get more fish. Talking about aquaculture, in Benin, only freshwater aquaculture is practiced in various infrastructure. This is some infrastructure. So with the implementation of PROVA project by JICA, there has been a popularization and improvement of farming technique in recent years. Thus, Benin production has increased year by this is some infrastructure, and most species are tilapia and African catfish. This is an official launch ceremony of a PROVA project. This is multi-year, this graph shows multi-year variation of aquaculture production in Benin. So year by year, aquaculture production in Benin increase. Let's talk about marine fisheries. Benin has an exclusive economic zone where sea fishing is practiced. Two types of fishing are practiced: small-scale fishing, we can call coastal fishing, and offshore fishing. So this is Benin EEZ. So in Benin, small-scale fishing is practiced from 47 fishing can spread around 125 kilometers long coastal extending from Nigeria border to that of Togo. It is practiced in the 4 nautical mile zone by 5,000 fishermen. Where most of them are Beninese and Ghanaian and Togolese. So we use bottom gill net, surface gill net, sardinella net, person, line, SOC, shark net, lobster net, and beach sand. Its production is composed of 52 species, of which the most important family are Exocididea, Carangidae, Tonidae, Cyanidae, Serranidae, Hemulidae, Luigianidae, Clupeidae, Aridae, Bonidae, and Potinidae, and so on. So this is some photos. This is a Popa Landy dock. This is a fishing fish net. C is beach sand and landing fish, fish landing. So let's talk about offshore fishing. Offshore fishing in Benin is not developed. It is mainly exploited by around 15 foreign travel, so shrimp and fish boat, most of which come from Nigeria and operate beyond 5 nautical miles. This sector employs around 200 people, including ship owner, captain, sailor, labor, fish sorter, etc. of various nationalities, Nigerian, Ghanaian, Togolese, and Chinese also. The size of vessel is between 16 and 25 meters in length overall. This vessel fly the flag of the country and have a Beninese license. So Benin administration, National Fishery Administration give license for fishermen. This is one photo from Nigeria vessel landing at Cotonou Industrial Fishing Port. This figure shows multi-year variation in national fishery production. So the blue one is marine fishery production, the blue one. Let's talk artisanal fishery production from coastal fishery. And the red or orange color is for offshore fishing. And this is for freshwater fishing. So most of fish in Benin came from freshwater fishing, as you see on this figure. Let's talk the stakeholder in fishery sector. So several actors are directly on or indirectly involved in the fishery sector in Benin. They are 8 state governmental structure and or non-state private sector, fishermen, organization, processor, trade, and NGO. So there are also regional and international actors and technical and financial partners. So this is logo of this sector. For example, this is the Ministry of Fishery. This is National Fishery Department. This is the logo of my institution, Benin National Institute of Agricultural Research and Fishery. And this is also a research institute, especially for marine fishing, but this depends from Ministry Ministry of University. So this is university and some international partners such as FAO, JICA, Belgium, UA, and World Bank. So this figure shows organization chart of public actor in fishery sector. So this is ministry and national fishery department, and here is a regional agencies. And here we can find research institute and university. So research institute and university brought knowledge or information, innovation for all actors.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, your time still 5 minutes later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's talk some more difficulty. The development of our maritime fishing is still confronted by 2 types of ecological and institutional content. The ecological content are mainly marked by which very quickly deteriorate the mean and material of fishing and coastal erosion, which cause the shoreline to recede, displacing the fisherman hamlet. In addition to this content, there is pollution from dumping of all kinds of waste into the sea. The distribution and biological characteristics of pelagic species, often partly exploited by small-scale maritime fishing, are little known. So there are 2 kinds of factors: institutional and financial difficulty. So for institutional, for example, we need human resources, and that is for this reason I'm in Japan, so for study marine science. This is some photo from the artisanal fishy port of Benin. Some photo. This is all. Thank you for your attention. Benin is a French country, so we can say merci beaucoup for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for Mr. Chairman. It's very interesting topic, and I just know that in Benin also there are tilapia fish like and catfish?
Yes. The
Okay.
tilapia and catfish are natural fish of Benin. So you can find anywhere in any place, any water.
Okay, thank you. So we will
Okay.
open the discussion after all the speakers deliver the presentation. Can we continue to the next speakers, Linda?
Yeah, please, you can invite another presenter. Because today we will have also presenter from Bangladesh, so maybe we have to make a time schedule for each presenter around 10 minutes, maybe, by Desi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Linda. So I will call our second speakers. So please welcome Mr. Cameron Lightburn from Bahamas. Are you ready
Hello.
to deliver your
Yes.
best presentation?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
here. Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay, you have time to deliver around 10 minutes.
Yes, we can hear you. Maybe Mr. Jermaine, you can stop your screen share.
Thank you. Now we can- I would like to share my screen.
Still on process. Okay, fine.
So everything is okay now. You can see my screen.
Yes, but
Yes.
your voice is not so loud. Maybe you can enhance your speaker.
Okay. I'll try. I'll try to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So my name is Cameron Lightborn. I'm from the Bahamas. My area of interest is aquaculture, with a focus on fish nutrition and feeding. And I will just do a very short a very short introduction uh, about fisheries and fisheries products of my country, the Bahamas. Okay, so the official name of my country is called the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We are a part of the Commonwealth of Nations. We used to be a colony of the UK and became independent in 1973. Uh, my country is located off the southeast coast of the United States. If you can see by the map, the Florida Peninsula is here, and this is the northwestern tip, the beginning of my country, and it's sandwiched in between also the Republic of Cuba down here. We have islands, I think also similar to Indonesia. We have about 700 islands, rocks, and keys. Um, Also, the country is relatively small in population size, only about 400,000, just under 400,000. So, with a small landmass and also a small permanent resident population. But we do have a large area of ocean that we do have to manage, even though being such a small nation. Some of the major ocean environment features of my country include uh, the Great and Little Bahama Bank. Uh, we also have the tongue of the ocean, and we have the Andros Barrier Reef, which is the third largest reef system in the entire world. Okay, yes, try to move. Next slide. Okay. So this satellite image will give you a better illustration of some of those marine features I was talking about. At the top of the image, this shaded area, this would be the Little Bahama Bank. So these are the shallow areas around the islands where a lot of the fishing takes place. To the south of that, the larger shaded blue-green area would be the Great Bahama Bank. And in between these two shaded areas, this very dark blue ocean water, this is the tongue of the ocean. As you can see, the shape resembles something like a tongue, and that's how it got its name, the tongue of the ocean. And right along the edge of this deep water basin, the tongue of the ocean, is where you would find parts of the Andros Barrier Reef. So getting directly into the fisheries products of my country, the Bahamas, I rank them in terms of local market versus the international market. Uh, and so based on popularity and consumption, I would say the most popular and most consumed fishery product that we have is the queen conch. Um, so this is basically a sea snail, a marine gastropod. It lives in sandy bottoms as well as in seagrass beds. Second to that, I would say would be this grouper species, commonly called the Nassau grouper, and it's got its name from uh, the capital city of my country, which is Nassau, located on the island of New Providence. So this is the Nassau grouper. Uh, Next to that, I would say would be just multiple different snapper species, red, lane, um, just numerous species that are caught in the shallow waters, as well as red snapper can be caught in deeper water. And lastly would be the spiny lobster. So the spiny lobster would be the last I would put down for the local market. For the international market, it's opposite. The spiny lobster is the number one exported fishery from my country. Next would be the conch, the same queen conch, and it's exported for the meat and also the shell. Many products are made out of the shell. And third would be stone crab, the black stone crab. And this stone crab is mainly harvested for the claws. And these fisheries products usually end up mainly in the United States, in Canada, but also they can go as far as Asian countries like China, Japan. Uh, they also request, especially the spiny lobster and the conch. So some of the statistics data uh, in my country on fisheries, uh, there's not many people that are directly involved in the fisheries industry. Even though we are an island nation, most people work in different industries like banking. Uh, so it's less than 3% of the population. Total commercial fisheries production is about 12,000 tons annually. The last official uh, data point for the production was in about 2015, which was a joint. Um, it was a joint collaboration between FAO and the government and maybe some other different organizations. The exports average over 2,000 tons, and most of that production comes from the spiny lobster. Spiny lobster probably accounts for maybe 60% of the total export uh, annually from the Bahamas. So, being that it's only 2,000 tons, the reason why that is because the consumption uh, is increased because my country, the Bahamas, is a tourist nation. So we receive maybe somewhere between 7 to 8 million tourists every year. And so if what's not exported, we consume that. Even though we have a small population every year, we have an influx of visitors, and that's where a lot of the fisheries production gets consumed. And the fisheries export sector revenue about 80 million USD annually. And like I said, that's usually because of the spiny lobster. It's a very high value product, and it demands a high price. And there's very little aquaculture occurring in my country. Most people just do subsistence, artisanal fishing. So there's very little aquaculture occurring. Only maybe some to do with aquaponics, with tilapia production, but not much otherwise. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cameron, for your presentation. So the Bahamas is like similar with Indonesia, have a lot of islands, so we can call a Bahamas archipelago.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we can continue to the third speaker. Please welcome Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad from Australia. Hello, Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad. Are you ready to present? Hello. I'm sorry, Mr. Cameron, would you like to end your slide share, to stop your slide share? Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad. Are you ready to deliver your presentation today? Mrs. Indah, maybe Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad have a trouble. No. I can hear your voice, Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad.
Yeah, we cannot hear any voice from you.
Sure, please. Okay, so we will waiting for Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad, or we can go to direct Mr. Nur Akhtar from Bangladesh, Winda.
Yes, maybe we move to Mr. or Mrs. Akhtar from Bangladesh.
Mr.
Mr. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So please, Mr. Akhtar from Bangladesh, while we are waiting Mrs. Kamsiah Ahmad to change her device. Hello, Mr. Nur Sharmin. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I can hear your voice, Mr. Nur Sharmin. Would you like to turn on your mic first?
Hello, Mr. Ahmad. We could not hear your voice.
Hello, please turn on your mic first. You still mute.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. So
Waalaikumsalam.
thank you so much for giving me opportunity to present my country's fishery sector. So I just read my presentation with a brief in a short sentence. So there's no details. So I want to share with all participants about my country's fisheries production and fisheries related issue. Okay. We know that fish is a food and a good source of animal protein, vitamin and minerals, and good source of omega-3 fatty acids. This helps to reduce in cholesterol and reducing triglyceride in our body. And fish peptides acts as functional foods, such as reduces blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, and so other many diseases from our body. And also fish is tasty and easily digestible food. So in Bangladesh, Department of Fisheries control 3 institutions such as Bangladesh Fisheries Research Institute, and Bangladesh Fisheries Development Corporation, Fish Inspection and Quality Control, and Marine Fisheries Academy. So the status in the world fisheries in aquaculture in Bangladesh is the Hilsha production Tenualusa Ilisha. About 11 countries harvested Tenualusa Ilisha from the sea. From them, Bangladesh acquired first position, and the Tenualusa Ilisha is the single species for capturing, for harvesting from open waters, from ocean. So Bangladesh already declared this product as a GIA product, geographical indicators. The Hilsha is now geographical indicators products in Bangladesh. So the production of Hilsha is in Bangladesh is first from among the 11 countries. And inland water fish production, Bangladesh acquired 3rd position. And tilapia oricrumis species production in 4th, and close water or aquaculture production in 5th. Next. So actually, which types of aquaculture practices in Bangladesh? Actually, in Bangladesh, semi-intensive aquaculture technique is practiced. So there are 2 types of aquaculture practices are going in Bangladesh, such as freshwater, and second is coastal aquaculture. So there is no marine aquaculture practices, cultural practice in the country because of here is so many restrictions in breeding problem for coastal or marine species in Bangladesh. So freshwater, especially the freshwater aquaculture, contains farming of carp, indigenous and exotic, and coastal aquaculture is contained with culture in shrimp and fawn in gears, coastal fawn or enclosures. So next is authentic fishery products. So in Bangladesh government already declared 2 products as a GIA. GIA product. GIA product means geographical indicators. So these two products actually exported in different EU countries. I think at least 25 countries. Bangladesh exported these two products, Hilsha, Tenualusa Ilsha, and shrimp. This is the Phineas monodon in 25 over than 25 countries. So actually, so many products are exported from Bangladesh. So here I includes only just commercial or which is most exported from the country. And so, here are different types of value-added products, such as fish ball and like chanachur is a Bengali language, fish burger, and sorry. And these are traditional. There are actually two major traditional products, fish products in Bangladesh. First is chapa chutki, is made from Pontius sarana. Pontius sarana is a fish species, Pontius sarana, and the other is Nuna ilish. Nuna ilish is product from Tenualusa ilisha or other Tenualusa species. And exported product, black tiger shrimp and eel. So in Bangladesh, so many commercial fisheries resources are available. I include here only major commercial species. Here rui. So I am sorry because I did not attach here scientific name. This is the rui lebiorohita species, and katla is the lebio katla or Gabellion katla. Is the bata lebio bata, pabda, gulsha, shin. Shin is a catfish. It's a heteropneus fossilis. Sorry, heteropneus fossilis, and bigot carp, mola, pangas, katski. And commercial fisheries resources, the marine water. From marine water, Bangladesh Bangladesh government harvest so many fish species like tuna, ilish is the Tenualusa ilisha, and kua is the jawfish, rupchanda like Pampas chinensis, Pampas argenteus, and halchanda, Pampas argenteus, datina coral is the mulet, sorry, and loita and shark. So climate change and fisheries. So there are so many bad impact of climate change in Bangladesh fisheries and aquaculture. So sometimes Bangladesh fisheries and aquaculture face so many problems during the monsoon and non-monsoon period. And also anthropogenic activities will affect the coastal aquaculture and pond aquaculture, and also the open water aquaculture system. So
Mr. After, please, you can just move to the conclusion because we don't have more time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So here are so many conservation measures already government decide to conserve the fisheries product. This is the exported product from Bangladesh, so many countries. The production trend in Bangladesh, fish species. So actually, my conclusion is that this fish production trend in Bangladesh. So we already self-sufficient in fish production from water bodies, because government of Bangladesh already declared Bangladesh people to annually 21 kg fish annually per capita, and about 60% of animal protein they can get by fish. So, and fish production will increase, and Bangladesh government will take part to contribute to SDG goals to presenting the country with SDG goals and targets. So thank you so much, because I have no preparation, so I just described my presentation in a brief. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahter, for your nice presentation. It's very interesting to hear some information about fisheries from your country. We hope you will give a response for any questions already written in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, now we have a time for presenter from Australia. I hope you already prepare yourself. Just you can start your share slide. Mr. Ahter, you please stop your share screen. Mr. Ahter, please stop your share screen. Okay.
Hello, can you hear my voice now?
Yes, clear.
We can hear.
Okay, good then. Let me share my screen first. Is it appears now?
Yes, I can see your presentation.
Okay. Yeah. I will make it large. Yeah. Okay, everyone, good afternoon, and maybe still good morning for others. Thank you for time given to me. I'm trying to present some information about Australian fisheries and aquaculture. I am a postgraduate student in the Faculty of Science and Engineering in Southern Cross University, Australia. But originally I am a lecturer. My home base in Khairun University in Ternate, North Maluku. So I'm trying to give maybe not good information, but a little bit that I know. So as a developed country, one that I highlight is the strong collaboration among universities, fisheries agencies, and local industries in this continent in Australia. This is applied in all states of Australia, from Charles Darwin University in Charles Darwin University here until Tasmania here. So until the Curtin University in the Western Australia. So as an example here, I will give for in the James Cook University in Townsville. they will provide regularly data in monitoring coral reef in the Great Barrier Reef here, and then Fisheries Office will use the data for maintenance or for corals reef healthy or the quality of the corals or many other purposes, and then the local corporates or companies will support through providing budget or funding or etc. There are also good discussion in regular meeting to encourage the ongoing project or future plans on the area pointed. Depends on the area, which area will be focused on. So most university in Australia have fisheries or aquaculture or marine ecology or ocean environment as a faculty or study program or courses. For instance, this is my university, which has 3 different locations in Gold Coast, Lismore, and Coffs Harbour. Coffs Harbour is specified. So this is the place, Gold Coast, Lismore, and Coffs Harbour. And then the Coffs Harbour is specified to National Marine Science Center, and the broad or the topic that we encourage of the center, the marine center, is biodiversity, ecological interactions, aquaculture, and sustainable fisheries. So if we look at, if you have a look again on this map, the main area for fisheries and aquaculture industries, basically from the Cairns in the Queensland until the Tasmania here. But however, there is also rapidly growing on aquaculture in the western part in Perth area. So yeah, they produce many species, like for instance, a yellowtail kingfish, barramundi, abalone mussels, marron silver perch. There are so many, including a coral, seaweed, and artemia production. And the whole data is have been provided by the Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development. And if you search and open the website of the DPIRD, you will find a lot of information regarding to fishing and aquaculture, or this one, or just clicking and then you click the sustainability and environment, the species, and also even the educational and the partnership. So you will, you just want to know about maybe the guidance, the license, or the everything. So you can just search by their website. So basically, Australian commercial aquaculture has been started since 80s with oyster farming in New South Wales, and then the most valuable species are salmonids here and pearl oysters, southern bluefin tuna, Pacific oysters, prawns, abalone, barramundi, and yellow kingfish. So okay, this is the outlook from 2011 to 2026. Salmonids here production is slightly increased in 2011, and then the rock oyster, the rock lobsters here is recorded high in 2015, and at the same year tuna price is also good due to the stronger Australian dollar than Japanese yen. And then when the COVID outbreak, production value decreased, and after war, there are forecasts to 2027 mention that annual growth of fisheries and aquaculture production will be adjusted to new normal. As in this picture, the line graph is almost steady. So this is the graph of each main commodity and the up-down production and the forecast from 2019 to 2026. But in general, even though there is a bit of fluctuation in some years, but the prediction will increase slowly. So aquaculture making a growing contribution to Australian fisheries and aquaculture production. It is outweigh the capture of fisheries at the end. Okay, next I'm gonna share experiences from aqua benchmarking program, which I conducted in 2019 before the COVID. So first is the Bribie Island Research Center provides in the Queensland area, provides very sophisticated equipment and also good facilities for hatchery and even for research. And then as well as in James Cook University. So this is the famous School of Aquaculture and Fisheries in Australia. And then for also marine science, which also provides many facilities and cutting edge laboratories for students. So students just come and learn about aquaculture and marine and etc. And there is also Pacific Reef fisheries in Queensland. The main point of this facility is the wastewater management system. Actually, they focus on the shrimp and cobia aquaculture, but they have a good, well-established facility in the wastewater in reefs, in cakes and pond, and this fish is a promising the sea jelly.
I think Mrs. Kamshi Ahmad has a trouble to Indah for the connection. So maybe we can continue to our schedule.
Yeah, I think so, because now time is 4:45 minutes, and actually we have to just quickly finish these sessions. But Mrs. Ahmad, you will continue your presentations. If you like to do, please, you have to finish within 1 minute, maybe.
Oh, okay. So I will share again because can you see the PowerPoint, the presenter?
Yes, we see your first slide.
Only the first. There is unstable connection even in Australia. So can you see the slide?
No, it's still on process.
Mm. Oh, I don't know. Because I share it, but it is not work properly. Problem here, why I couldn't share it properly. It's still not working, right? Actually, I problem. I have 26 slides, but it is working now.
Yes.
Is it working now?
Yes, I can see your.
Okay, so we're here in
Okay.
but still in the first page, only in the first page, or
maybe you need to click.
Mm.
You need to click your 13 slide. Yes.
This one.
Please your
Okay.
time around 1 minute to finish your presentation.
Okay, still 1 minute only.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will continue again with the cobia. As a similar with the
Hello, Mrs. Kamsha. Are you there?
I think she has some problem with connectivity. Mrs. Kamsia?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I have to finish it.
Maybe you just talk your conclusions or
I'm
some
sorry for
message.
that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I will try to share it again.
Maybe you can direct to the conclusion of your presentation today.
Okay, so I will directly actually still also like a recreational fishing guide, and also the plastic, marine microplastic, and etc. But then I have to finish this one. So yeah, just thank you, because I cannot share it.
Okay, thank you very much for Mrs. Kamsha. Maybe you can share your slide presentation and I will share to all participants. Hello, Mrs. Kamsha.
Miss Desi, maybe we have to just finish our sessions, and to all students or all participants of this discussion, we are thank you very much for your attentions and also any response we already see on the chat box, but unfortunately we don't have enough time for discussion, so you have to wait a response from each presenter in our ELOC systems. We hope they will respond to your questions. And to all of the presenter, please share your PowerPoint slide to the committee. Then we will add it to the ELOC so it can be accessed by all students in this summer course. Yeah, it's very nice sessions because we already have any share of about fisheries from some countries. Yeah, it's very interesting. We heard something from Bangladesh, something from Africa, something from
Bahamas.
from Australia, and also from Bahamas. So I think this session is very interesting and very fruitful for us to find any information from some countries. Okay, for further announcement will be delivered by Ms. Jessie regarding our next session in next Monday and also post-test session. Ms. Jessie, please you share your information.
Okay, thank you very much for Mrs. Indah. I would like to announce you all that there are a post-test. It is a quite easy and simple post-test, and we will upload in the email. So all of you should finish the post-test as soon as possible for tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. And also, I would like to remind you that our last schedule in summer course on Monday, we will have a group final presentation project. So please prepare your best presentation. And I think that's all, Mrs. Indah.
Yeah, I think enough, and we hope all students already have their own groups. So please make a discussion with your groups and for preparation in the final presentation. We hope we will have a joyful and interesting session next Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for all attention. I'm Jessie, and Bu Indah will finish our meeting today. Thank you very much and see you on Monday.